I come from one of the richest countries on the planet, Denis Mukwege once said. Yet the people of my country are among the poorest of the world. When Denis was born in Belgian Congo, his country had been plundered for generations. Then it was gold, diamonds, rubber, and other goods that enriched the colonizers. Today, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, it is cobalt, copper, and other resources found inside the building blocks of the 21st century life, including the kind of phones that most of us are carrying here tonight. What price is paid for those resources? In the DRC, the competition for those riches has meant decades of war, corruption, and terror. In particular, the women and girls of the DRC have suffered the brutal and inhumane use of rape as a weapon of war. From small babies to aged grandmothers, Congolese women have been plundered, assaulted, and left to wonder who would defend their safety and fundamental dignity. Out of this despair, Denis Mukwege has been their champion. For nearly 25 years, he has directed the Panzi Hospital, which he founded. More than 80,000 patients have been treated there, many with severe trauma from sexual assault. Denis himself has sometimes performed 10 operations in a day. He has, when necessary, lived at the hospital. And he has led through example, welcoming patients with a gentle kindness and a fierce dignity. In a land ravaged by violence and greed, he and the Panzi Hospital represent safety and generosity of spirit. From the towns of the DRC to the halls of the United Nations, Denis has also emerged as a leading voice against sexual violence and a fearless campaigner against those who perpetrate, enable, or ignore these crimes. His activism and perhaps his popularity have also made him a target. After he was nearly assassinated in 2012, he returned to a hero's welcome. People lined the road to the hospital. As always, he had come back to work. And in addition to medical treatment, the Panzi Hospital provides trauma and psychological care to its patients, seeking to heal the hearts and minds as well as physical wounds, because Denis doesn't just see his patients as victims. He sees the irreducible value and limitless potential in everyone who passes through the doors of this hospital. I come from one of the richest countries on the planet, he said, and his life carries a powerful message. The riches of the DRC must not be measured by what can be mined from the ground. The riches lie within the Congolese people, particularly women and girls. Denis Mukwege, you inspire us, uplift us, and challenge us all to consider what more we can do to heed your example.
Dites-nous que ce que nous voyons n'est pas vrai. Dites-nous que c'est un mauvais rêve. Dites-nous, quand nous nous réveillons, tout ira bien. Mais ce n'était pas un mauvais rêve. C'était la réalité. Je pense que si quelqu'un veut savoir ce que c'est la justice, ou le contraire de la justice, qu'il fasse un séjour au Congo. Il est vrai que quand nous avions commencé cet hôpital, on ne s'imaginait pas le problème auquel on allait faire face. On ne pouvait pas s'imaginer les drames que nous vivons aujourd'hui. Il n'y a pas un seul conflit où le viol n'est pas utilisé dans les conflits comme une arme de guerre. Non seulement à détruire les femmes, mais physiquement et psychologiquement, mais aussi détruire toute la communauté sur tous les plans. J'avais décidé de créer, de faire quelque chose pour aider ces femmes. Et c'est là où l'hôpital de Panzi avait commencé. Lorsqu'il y a des confrontations armées dans la province ou dans les provinces voisines, on voit affluer les victimes de violences sexuelles ici à Panzi. Nous prenons en charge à peu près autour de 2500 victimes de violences sexuelles chaque année. Aujourd'hui, nous avons dépassé les 70 000 femmes victimes de violences sexuelles. À l'hôpital de Panzi, nous avons pu développer une prise en charge qui ne se limite pas à la seule prise en charge médicale. Nous les prenons en charge sur le plan psychologique. Nous les accompagnons pour une réinsertion socio-économique, puisque nous croyons que ces femmes deviennent fortes pour défendre leurs droits quand seulement elles sont autonomes. Et donc, cette stratégie, nous l'avons développée au fil du temps, en écoutant les victimes et en essayant de répondre aux besoins des victimes.
Historia yangu ilianza, mimi nilikuwa shambani, na wakati tulikuwa shambani, tuliona wajambazi wanakuja. Mimi nilikuwa na mimba ya 9 mois, ilikuwa nakaribia kuzaliwa mimba ya miezi 9. Pale mimi sikupata nguvu ya kukimbia. Na pale wale wajambazi walikuwa 8. Wote walinipiga jido, na wote 8 waliniviole, walinibaka wote 8. Hospitali ya Panzi ilinisaidia sana. Nilizunguluka fasi yote kwa hospitali zingine, lakini hawakunisaidia kitu. Lakini wakati nilifika hapa kwa hospitali ya Panzi, Dr. Mukwege akanipokea mzuri, sawa mtoto wake.
Je ne pouvais pas imaginer que aider des personnes vulnérables de ce type pouvait être un problème. Fermer les yeux devant les drames, c'est être complice. Ce ne sont pas seulement les auteurs de violences qui sont responsables de leurs crimes, mais aussi ceux qui choisissent de détourner les regards. Pour ma sécurité, je vis ici à l'hôpital où je reçois des attaques, je reçois des messages, mais je crois que je suis obligé de rester ici pour continuer à faire mon travail, tout simplement vivre avec ces victimes et les encourager ici à l'hôpital. Je n'avais pas l'espoir, j'arrêterai de me battre. Je crois que ces pays, son avenir se trouve dans ces milliers de femmes qui sont malheureusement rejetées par la communauté. Je crois que ces femmes, elles transcendent cette douleur. Et du coup, ces femmes, lorsqu'elles elles arrivent à réussir dans la vie, elles ne réussissent pas pour elles réussissent pour les autres, pour leurs enfants, pour l'ensemble de la communauté. Nous avons tous le pouvoir de changer le cours de l'histoire lorsque les croyances pour lesquelles nous nous battons sont justes.
I have a placard in my backyard that reminds me of you, and it says that a soldier does not fight because he hates what is in front of him. He fights because he loves what he left behind. I thank you for radicalizing love and for your inherent belief that these women should feel whole and worthy. And thank you for not leaving them behind. Please join me in welcoming a true hero of our times, Denis Mukwege. Thank you, sir.
Sitting there and listening to all this different misery, I was asking myself, what is wrong with the human being? I feel so bad this evening because I know that everywhere where there is war, women and children are victims. Even if people don't want to talk about it, but it's a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I accept the Clooney Foundation for Justice Lifetime Achievement Award, not just for myself, but on behalf of the countless survivors of conflict-related sexual violence in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In awarding us this prize, you stand in solidarity with victims and survivors, and you add your voices to those who believe that when society has failed to protect the most vulnerable, it's our collective duty to provide care and accompany them on the path to justice. Many may not know the link between the violence suffered by Congolese people and the looting of strategic blood minerals to advance the so-called green transition. Neighboring regimes profit of the illegal exploitation of these resources and commit some of the most serious crimes to do so, including rape, used as a weapon of war, resulting in the worst humanitarian crisis and the deadliest conflict since the Second World War. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 24 years, the doctors and staff at Panzi Hospital and Foundation have treated more than 80,000 survivors. The youngest rape survivor was only 6 months old. When we talk about sexual violence in this context, it intends to destroy the fabric of society. It instills fear, shatters communities, and perpetuates a cycle of poverty and despair. It's a weapon of war, one that is silent but immensely destructive. However, the cry for peace and justice is loud and persistent. It is the greatest aspiration of survivors. What they need is not our pity, but what they need is our solidarity and our action to break this vicious circle of violence and impunity. This evening, we are also grateful for the platform the Clooney Foundation for Justice has given us. This will help us to galvanize political will to defeat impunity. The time has come for the establishment of the Nuremberg-like tribunal for Congo. We must put an end to double standards that lead to a lack of credibility in international institutions and multilateralism. All victims, including the Congolese people, including the women of Congo, are entitled to justice, truth, reparations, and peace. Together, let us to be part of the solution. Let us put an end to the Congolese tragedy and build a path to lasting peace through justice in the heart of Africa. Thank you.